chief in Enugu.
Are you sure?
The only female chief in Enugu. Respect. Swale.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tibera here, as always and as usual. So like the title of this video suggests or says, this video is in memory of Eboh George Chigozie, popularly known as Eboh Media and fondly called my G by myself. I mean, that's what I call him. And yeah, I'm making this video for two reasons. One is because I feel it's time I sort of moved on and started creating, and I say this because ever since I got the message of his passing, a lot of things hasn't been the same for me. Most of it is also creating, and I say that because, just in case you don't know, Eboh passed on the 11th day of October 2022. That is last month. And he was shot dead on his way back to base along Four Corners. He had finished filming. He came down here to Enugu and Benue to film, so he was going back when he was attacked. His other friend was kidnapped and he was shot dead. So there's a lot of mixed feeling for that for me, and that is because, first of all, we were supposed to see that day. So for some reason I just keep thinking, just maybe if I had left whatever I was doing at work and gone out to meet with him, maybe I would have delayed him from minutes, hours away from these evil people. I just keep thinking, but like my boss would say, or like he told me, what if this had happened when he was coming to see me? Like, you know, I feel it's his own way of encouraging me and consoling me. Maybe I shouldn't beat myself up for that because we were supposed to see, but I mean, like we all do. I just kept thinking, I mean, there are a lot of times, we still have time ahead of us. We are young, so we can always catch up, gist and do all whatnot, as opposed to meeting up and, you know, briefly talking and going by, because that was on a Tuesday, on 11th, that particular day he died. So it's on a Tuesday, and you know, Tuesdays right now like our Mondays in Southeast, since we do sit at home, or we observe sit at home every Monday. So message, I still go back and read it and just say, what if I hadn't set crazy schedules, because my schedules were totally crazy that period. What if I had just left the crazy schedules and gone to meet him? Maybe. And secondly, when I got the news of his death, something very, I don't know if it's funny or strange, happened. I had traveled to Anambra for work. I went with my colleagues for work. So on my way back, for whatever reason, I just asked one of my colleagues to help me film road trip, just, you know, take video of the road as we drive down, so I could share with you guys, give you an update on what the road looks like, the safest place, you know, just this is how it is, so in case you want to come back for Christmas. And when I asked him to do that, what the only thing on my mind was that this is how my G records, right? Because you guys know some of the latest videos of Eboh had a lot of road trips and all that. So, you know, he was the only person on my mind. It was more like, let me do this like him. So he was the only person on my mind. So as soon as my colleague started recording, I got a call, and it was from Da Silvia Onu. So she called and she broke the news to me. I didn't believe her. I said, you know what, it's not possible. Because we just spoke like how many days ago? Sorry. So I didn't even call him. I went back to WhatsApp. I was like, G, how far? Because that's what I call him, my G. I was like, G, how far? I saw someone typing, fine. Okay, I was like, okay, what's up? So the person says it's his in-law. I was like, okay, why is the in-law with the phone? Like, I want to talk to my G. So I didn't even wait for the person to, but I saw typing. I called immediately on WhatsApp. So I was like, you know, the person said, yes, it's true, what you heard is true. I didn't even, I'm sure, I couldn't recall every other thing he was saying. I think I threw my phone, I don't even know, but I broke down in tears. And the funny thing is that I was on my way back from Onitsha to Enugu. So I was at Amansi. If you know Amansi if you know Oka, after Oka Amansi, right? The place that usually have traffic gridlock within the old road. That was where I was. So there was traffic, our vehicle wasn't moving. So it was like I jumped out of the car. I don't even know how that happened, but I left the car and clueless, I was walking and I was crying. So people were like, oh, what is going on, fine girl, what I was, it was a total mess and chaotic for me. So it was my colleagues that had a way to pull me back and we continued our journey. So it was so senseless. And the third reason was that Eboh is someone who is so very much optimistic. He believes so much in Nigeria. He believes so much in this power of storytelling, highlighting the positives and, just sharing stories of places he goes to. And for whatever reason, he died like on the job. Yeah, this is just it. He died on the job. He had finished filming, going back probably to edit and, videos content, and this also happened. And every other time I keep thinking, if for perchance these people asked him, like, ID yourself, like identify yourself, maybe they would have seen, oh, you're a creator, this is what you do. Okay, nice work, pass. Maybe you still have something you are doing, but they didn't even bother with it. So all of these things sort of took me off. Like, I keep thinking maybe if I had seen him, I keep thinking of the fact that I was actually thinking of him when I got the news of his death, and I keep thinking that he died literally in action, in service. So it's just made no sense to me at some point to create. Like, I felt, why create? Why you go out of your way without even support from anybody, any organization, any government, anybody, right? To try to highlight the positives in an already packed up place. The people who spend their time ruining this thing do not even care. They don't even want to salvage the situation. They don't even want to do anything about it. Then you go out of your way to do that, and what do you get in return? You're slaughtered like a worthless animal. So most times it just keeps playing in my mind, and I'm like, you know what, there is no point, because at the end of the day, you get. But for some reason, I look back and I say, the Eboh I know, although I still find it very hard to refer to him in the past, but the Eboh I know, if you know him very well, even from his videos, you know he's a jolly good fellow, and he's quite optimistic. I recall from our last conversation, he always be like, Vera, don't worry, this thing we're doing, we'll make it, we'll blow, we'll do this, we'll do that. He had so much hopes, dreams, ambitions, and for him the future was just bright, and we're just getting started, right? So he said whatever it is we are getting now is like the tip of the iceberg. And he wasn't just talking about money, he was talking about the fact that we'll tell so much stories, like we'll do a lot of things. And even sometimes when I get scared about doing some kind of content, he'd be like, Vera, you don't even know what you have. Like, if I had half of what you had, if I'm, so Eboh was just the hype man. He was my hype person. So thinking about this and remembering his memories, what we had before he passed on, I'm like, I'm not sure my G will be happy if I should just throw in the towel and be like, you know what, like Nigeria and the region, whatever, can go do whatever it wants with itself. I'm not sure he would want me to continue. And for some reason as well, yesterday I dreamt of him. I'm not a spiritual person, please, but for some reason I dreamt of him, and that dream, I don't know, but the dream was basically he wore white, like he was still pronounced dead there, but it was like his funeral, right? But then people around, more like family, said that he can be buried in white. They had to change clothes, so they're just trying to, trying to undress and dress him back. But then in that same dream, there was something like a screen, a little screen beside him that you could see him through. So I was standing on the other side looking through that screen, and it seemed like he was signing for me, like sign language, and I don't understand sign language, but it just felt, how dreams are, it just felt like we were having a conversation and we understood each other and all that in that dream. So I just thought of it. I said, could this be a sign, like go on, move on, continue? I don't know, but I just thought it wise I should talk about my friend here before I start afresh again, and to make one special request. And that request is that Eboh was such a great person, great personality, hype man, very optimistic, and he also loved teaching, right? What I'm asking is that I just don't want his name to be forgotten like that. His channel is there, and forever and ever people are going to gain that, learn about him or learn about places. But I also want, if something like a foundation could be found in his name, in his honor, and this foundation could just be interested in raising maybe 5 people per year that will be put through filming, that is videography, photography, drone piloting, and everything that comes with content creation and filmmaking. All right. And every year, these 5 people have been put through this, so that it's, for me, it feels like more of Ebohs are being raised. More of the soldiers are being raised in his name, and there are storytellers continuing to do the work. There are content creators. There are people who would go places and do more of those things that he couldn't do, or he wasn't able to do right now because of what happened. So that is what I feel. So if you're a fan, friend, or someone that loved him and would want to do this, please let me know in the comment section. I would also share this with his family and friends. There is a group, a WhatsApp group that's still in existence, where contributions were made for his burial, so I might as well throw that out and see how it goes. But I'm just hoping that people would buy into this and continue. Yeah, I know a merch is already being sold in his honor. Cordy, it has Cordy, which is like what he signs out with. So, but this, I feel more and more and more of people would, be empowered through that. So if you like it, let me know in the comment section. If you feel there is a way it could be modified, still let me know in the comment section. And if you want me part of it, still let me know. It's still a thought. I don't have any plans written down or proposals or that, but it's just something I thought, and I said I've got to make this video tonight and talk about it and share about it. And moving forward, God's willing, God help us all, I will go back to creating and hoping that we all be safe out there, and the country doesn't finish us. Oh, that is my prayer. That is my prayer. Nowhere is safe. That's just the truth. So I hope, and I continue to pray that the soul of my G continues to rest in peace. And I also pray that justice is served to those cowards that ended in that way. Make justice, let justice prevail. That's all. And this is where I'll be ending today's video. If you watched to this point, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. And until then, you take care of yourself, and Cordy,